Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, we are starting. It is time to go live. Thank you for hanging out with Mika. You are making meals with Mika live. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. We are ready. I know how this goes. This is like hosting a party. Today we are making broccoli cheddar soup. And this soup is going to be perfect for anyone. So if you're a meat eater, if you're a vegetarian, if you are vegan, you can still enjoy this recipe. So right now, I am just going to prep some of the ingredients. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I put the ingredients list in the announcement, and it's this is a really simple recipe. We need frozen broccoli. Yes, frozen broccoli, and I'll get into that in a little bit. We're also going to need a half a white onion, and we're going to need 4 white potatoes. Yes, potatoes and broccoli go together. Right? So right now I'm just going to peel the potatoes, and we also need some garlic. So we're just going to prep right now, give people time to come in, because every time you go live, it's like hosting a party. You know, some people come a little late. Hi, brother. Hey, thank you for hanging out with me, brother. So I really appreciate you hanging out. I have my regulars. My brother's always here. My boo is always online with me, and we always have a great time. So, brother, do you like soup? What is your favorite soup? I am just prepping the potatoes right now. If you want to, you don't have to peel the potatoes. In some of my recipes, I actually like the potato skin. But for this one, I'm going to peel it because we want the potatoes to cook really quickly. So we're just prepping right now. Happy hump day. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope everyone is feeling good. I am peeling my potatoes. Beef barley. Oh my God. I love barley. Barley is, for those of you who don't know what barley is a grain, but when you cook it, I would say it's in between like rice and oatmeal. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It's kind of like slimy, but good and thick. Hi, we have Alex. Hi, Alex. Welcome. You guys, we are making some broccoli cheddar soup today, but we are making this for everyone to enjoy. I am just sitting here prepping the ingredients. I am peeling the potatoes right now. I bet you guys have never had broccoli cheddar soup with potatoes in there. Yes, I am putting you guys on to game. The potatoes are going to add a really nice, hearty, starchy element to this soup. So right now I'm just peeling the potatoes. There's really no easy way to do this. I just have a potato peeler. Growing up, we didn't have a potato peeler. I had to learn how to peel potatoes with a knife. And that's not even a flex. Like my mom like really had us in the kitchen like doing stuff. Like for real. All right. But beef barley soup, I just asked, if you are attending, tell me what your favorite soup is. My brother is on here, Deontay. He said beef barley soup, and beef barley soup is absolutely delicious. I love barley. But today we are making a broccoli cheddar soup. This is going to be wholesome. It's going to be creamy, delicious, and hearty, and you're not going to miss out on anything. And throughout me cooking it, I'm going to give you tips and tricks on how to make it a little bit better. This recipe is for everyone. So if you are a carnivore like myself, if you eat meat, if you are a vegetarian, and even if you are a vegan, you're going to be able to enjoy this recipe. This is for everybody. Okay. I'm almost done peeling the potatoes. I've said 4 white potatoes. If you don't have white potatoes, you can 100% use Idaho potatoes, which are the larger potatoes. You're just going to use smaller ones. I like the white potatoes because to me they're a little more tender and they're going to cook more quickly. And we need the potatoes to cook very quickly in this recipe. Okay, so that's all. Those are all peeled. I'm going to rinse those real quickly. I'm going to put these in the trash. These are the potato peelings. Okay, I'm going to back up. Those going to the trash. While I'm backing up, okay, never mind. All right, let's rinse these potatoes. All right, so I'm going to rinse these. Perfect. And I am going to slice these potatoes and put them in a vessel so they can just hang out until we're ready for them. All right. Marley, hi, Marley. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are just in time. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are making Meals with Mika live. We are making this delicious broccoli cheddar soup. I have my potatoes, and we are going to slice these potatoes really, really small. So I'm going to cut it in half. Okay. I'm going to cut the half. I'm going to go through and put like maybe 4 more slices in there. I'm going to show you a quick way to dice. Okay. Yes, it's very, very yummy. So I've sliced this in half, and I've sliced it 3 more times. Change this. Let's take the mic off. Okay, thumbs up if you can hear me. All right, can you hear me? Yes or no? Thumbs up. I took the microphone off. Am I coming in loud and clear? This is what happens. Yeah, okay. You guys, I had a microphone. I purchased a microphone because when I went back and watched the lives, I noticed that I was kind of yelling. So I was like, oh, I need a microphone. But my microphone just now was not working properly. So thank you very much. All right, so right now, you guys, I am slicing some potatoes. The potatoes are going to be very, very important for this recipe because we want to add some heartiness, okay? So if you just have broccoli and cheddar cheese, you know, I feel like you might need something else to make it a little thicker. You don't want to be, you know, hungry 10-15 minutes later. So the potatoes are here because they add a really good heartiness to this recipe. So I am dicing 4 white potatoes. Okay, and you can use any type of potatoes you like. If you want to use red skin potatoes, you can use red skin potatoes. If you want to use Idaho potatoes, you can use Idaho potatoes. But I am using white potatoes because to me they're a little more tender and they cook a little better. And we are going to season these right now. We're not going to wash them or do anything like that. We're going to season these with some salt. Okay. A little salt and a little pepper. So the key to cooking delicious food is making sure that every single element of your dish is seasoned. So we're going to season these potatoes with salt and pepper, and then we're just going to put these to the side and be ready for them when it's time to add them to the soup.
Salt and pepper. All right. Now, some people might want to put these in water because the water will stop them from turning colors, but we don't need to put these in water. We're going to use these really, really soon. So I'm just going to put these off to the side. Okay, perfect. I hope you guys are having a good time. Thank you for hanging out. If you're just tuning in, you are making meals with Mika. This is soup season. Okay, I am in the Chicago area. There is snow on the ground. It's winter. So, winter to me automatically means soup. So, we got our potato all nice and sliced and diced. I'm going to take a half of an onion and we are going to do a very fine dice on this onion. All right. So, these are going to be all the elements to building flavor. And this is what, when you're cooking, you want to build as much flavor as possible. So when I dice the onion, did you see? This is a half an onion, but I went in and I cut it like 4 times. Now I'm just going to go through the opposite way. And then we're going to hold it all together. All right. And then we're just going to go through and run our knife down. So the knife is going to do the work. If you don't like onion, feel free not to use onion. The onion is really going to add a depth of flavor. And I always say it's all about adding flavor. You want your soup, especially for soups. I want this to taste like it's been cooking all day, right? I don't want it to taste like it came out of a can, which it didn't, right? But you want it to taste like it's been cooking all day. And the only way to do that is to literally just layer flavors. Okay? Layer ingredients and then you're like, "Oh my god, that's so delicious." All right. So, we're done with this section for right now. Let's start building this soup. All right. So, we're going to pull. You're going to take a really nice big pot like I have here. Okay. Now, this next step, you can change this based off of your preference. Okay. So, I have this pan. It has been preheating. Now, I am going to add just a little bit of oil. Okay. This is avocado oil. It is my oil of choice. But you can add olive oil if you want. And that's all I'm going to say that you can add. Okay. This pan is smoking hot, which is what I want. And then I'm going to add some bacon. Yes. You're like, why are you adding bacon with oil? Use a brush a little bit. So putting oil in here, it gives the bacon a place to go. If that makes any sense to you guys. All right. There we go. I have my blower on, you guys. All right. So I added a little oil to here because I don't want the bacon to stick to the pot. So the oil is just going to give the bacon like a place to kind of spread its wings. Okay? So yes, we are adding bacon. The bacon is going to give this broccoli cheddar soup depth of flavor. Now, if you don't eat pork, I wouldn't even say add turkey bacon. Don't even worry about the bacon because the turkey bacon isn't going to render enough fat to cook anything else in. So if you are not a pork eater or if you are a vegetarian, just omit this step. And what you're going to do is you're just going to add oil. And then you're going to just go to the next step. But right now, I want that bacon in here because I am going to cook everything in that bacon fat. We are layering flavors here, okay? And we're only going to cook this long enough for the bacon to get nice and crisp. Then I'm going to take it out. But we want that oil in here. The oil is going to work wonders, all right? So while this is doing its thing, we have our potatoes that are sitting out. I have diced onions, and then in a minute we are going to shred our cheese. Like, this is a really quick and easy soup. You can actually make this soup in under 30 minutes. Okay, so you guys, welcome. Those of you that are hanging now, we are making my famous, and yes, I'm calling it famous, broccoli cheddar soup. So if you are just tuning in, go ahead, hit the like button. Go ahead, give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because my channel, what I do is I teach people how to cook really good food and really healthy food, you know. And I feel like everyone loves soup. Like, who doesn't love soup? And you can never have too many soup recipes in your repertoire. So I am putting you guys on to game. This is going to be a really nice soup that you could whip out anytime. And let's think about it. We eat soup all year round. We don't only just eat soup during the winter, right? People literally eat soup all year round. So this is a recipe that you can use whenever. Winter, spring, summer, fall. All right. So you're going to cook the bacon until it's nice and crisp. Okay? If you don't eat bacon, y'all see that? Then you're going to do the next step. And we're going to go there really, really quickly. I'm going to get a paper towel. Excuse me. All right. I just have to get a paper towel because we're going to drain the bacon on a paper towel. All the bacon fat is in there. It smells amazing. Okay. So we're just starting building this soup. Hi guys, welcome. How's everyone doing this hump day? I hope everyone is having a great week. My day has been amazing. I have been looking forward to hanging out with everyone since this morning. Okay, I have been looking forward to cooking with you guys since this morning. Okay, so the bacon is all done. You can't wait till Friday. I cannot wait till Friday. Hello, is that Katie? What's going on Friday, Katie? Are you going out of town? Are you hanging out? Or you just can't wait till the weekend? And that's okay. You know, weekends are always great. So I am just removing the bacon from here. Now we're going to use that bacon later, okay? Just because I'm removing it doesn't mean it's going away. We're going to use that bacon later, but right now the bacon has served its purpose. I just need the bacon fat, okay? That's going to add delicious flavor to my soup. My husband is coming to visit me. Oh, nice. Well, let's go, honey. Husband coming to visit Katie. Well, I hope you guys have a great time, Katie, this weekend. The bacon is out. All right. So if you guys are, for my vegans and my vegetarians, this is where you're joining me. Now we're all together. You're going to put some olive oil in a pot. If you are a carnivore like me, we already have our oil. And now we are going to add the onion. Oh, yes, we are. Okay. We're going to add the onion. And I love the smell of onion. Okay. They are delicious. Now, if you don't like onion and you want this to be a little milder, you can totally add shallot right here. Okay, shallot is part of the onion family, but it's not as like potent. So if you want to take the onions out and add shallot, this is where you add shallot. And we are going to saute these onions. We are building the base for our broccoli cheddar soup. So those, I see we have more people tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are making meals with Mika here on this hump day, and we are making a delicious broccoli cheddar soup. You have missed me crisping up some bacon. I have some bacon oil in here. But if you don't eat bacon, that's okay. Or you put some olive oil in here. And then we have our beautiful onion. And the onions are going to get nice and soft, and we're going to sweat these onions out. I'm going to push this out the way for a minute. Hey, ma'am, can you get my brother, please? It would be nice. Where's your brother? I would say hello to your brother. Hi, where's your brother at? My ass? Where's my ass at? Hello, my ass. Welcome. You are making meals with Mika. You guys, let's get some thumbs up real quick. Okay, so while our onions are sweating out, okay? All right, we're going to sweat the onions out. I'm going to push this back. You guys can keep an eye on it. And then let's pull this cutting board out. It's time to chop our garlic, all right? Now, I am a garlic fan. His name is Coleman. Hi, Coleman. Hello. Is Coleman on live today? Welcome, Coleman. I hope everyone is having a great time. If you are tuning in just now, we have our onions sweating out. They're cooking in the pan, and I am about to chop some garlic. These are garlic cloves. I have 7 garlic cloves. Now, you guys don't have to use 7 garlic cloves. All right, I feel like you really can't ever add too much garlic, but, you know, I'm a garlic fanatic. All right, so we are going to chop 7 garlic cloves. I've taken them off of the head. And you're just going to go through, and the reason why people smash them is to get it out of its shell, okay? And then it also releases the juices from the garlic. So we're going to get the garlic out of its shell, release all the juices, and I'm going to chop 7 cloves of garlic. And no, it is not too much. It's going to make this soup taste delicious. Now, I do not recommend, okay, I'm throwing that away. I do not recommend using any type of, what is that called? You guys know the garlic that's already chopped and you can get it in a jar, minced garlic. Do not use minced garlic here. I am a garlic lover, and I am not a fan of minced garlic. I feel like it's too strong and it's not delicious. Okay, I need everyone that is on this thread right now. We have 26 people. Let's wish Coleman a happy 13th birthday. Happy birthday, Coleman. Yay! Sagittarius love. Let's go. I'm a Sagittarius. My birthday is December 14th. So happy birthday. Yay. And we have Josephine that's here. Hello, Josephine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys are just in time. Listen, it has just started to turn up in here. We got Coleman turning 13 today. Let's wish him a happy birthday. I have my onions. Okay. My onions are getting nice and soft. Ooh. Ooh, wee. I wish you guys can look. Can you see? And now we are going to add the garlic. It is about to smell amazing in here. Do you hear me? You don't even understand how amazing it's going to smell. We're adding the garlic to the onions that are cooking in bacon fat. Okay? Happy birthday, Coleman. Happy 13th birthday. Let's go. Coleman, do you like to cook? Let us know if you like to cook. What's your favorite dish? Now, I'm only going to saute the garlic and the onions for a little bit. All right, we have Zen in here. Hi, Zen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And now we're going to add our potatoes. So those of you that are just tuning in, we have people coming in left and right. We are making our broccoli cheddar soup, and right now I've just been building the base. Okay, when it comes to good cooking, we're building the base. We're taking our time. We're making love to the dish. So I have rendered some bacon fat, and then I put the onions and garlic in the bacon, and now I'm adding potatoes. Yes, we are adding potatoes to this broccoli cheddar soup. The potatoes is going to make this soup nice and hearty. Okay, because broccoli by itself, even though it's delicious, it's not going to keep you full. I wouldn't consider it very, very hearty. So the potatoes are here to add that nice heartiness. So right now in this pot, we have the potatoes, we have the onions, we have the garlic. You guys, it is smelling amazing. Okay, so we're just going to let this, I'm going to turn this up. We're going to let it just do its thing. Now, to this, does anyone else do this? I just grew up like I do that all the time. Who else does that? Give me a thumbs up if you do that in the. If you do that, you just you gotta hit your spoon against the side of the pot. It's hilarious. All right, I just do it and I'm gonna forever do it. So we have our potatoes in here, and you guys, I have my chicken stock. Now, what do I always tell you? When you are adding stock or cream to an existing pot, you want to add it hot, right? If you add anything cold to this pot, it's going to bring the temperature down and it will change the texture, okay? So, what I'm going to do is it's time to add the chicken stock. I have 5 cups of chicken stock right here, but the chicken stock is hot. It's been on the stove this whole time. You're going to hear that, right? Yes, that's what you want to hear. It stays bubbling. Okay, so I've just added the chicken stock and then I have this on high. These potatoes aren't going to take very long to cook. All right, it's not even time to add the broccoli yet. Like the broccoli is the star of the show. So the broccoli comes in at the very end, like all the stars do. The broccoli comes in at the very end, but we are building the foundation for the broccoli to come in. In this pot, I have the potatoes, I have the onion, I have the garlic, and then I have the chicken stock. And we are going to cover this. This is on high. We're going to cover this and just let it hang out and do its thing for a little bit. Okay? It's going to hang out and do its thing. I'm going to push that to the side. It's still here. I want to keep it in your peripheral so you'll know it's still there. And then what we're going to do is I have some frozen broccoli. Yes, frozen broccoli. Let's talk about this for a second. If you've ever cooked, well, before I get into that, I always say the next best thing to fresh vegetables are frozen vegetables, okay? For this recipe, I prefer frozen broccoli because it keeps its color. And these are broccoli florets. If you want the nice thick chunks of broccoli, get the florets. If you want to use chopped broccoli, you can use chopped broccoli, but it's going to be a lot smaller. But I have frozen broccoli here. I have taken the broccoli out of the out of the bag, and I've just been letting it sit. And the reason why I prefer frozen broccoli in this recipe is if you've ever cooked fresh broccoli, you know that after a while, the broccoli turns brown. Now, there's a way for it not to turn brown, and you have to blanch it, so you have to take another step. And with today's day, with time, and we got things to do, we don't got time to be blanching broccoli, okay? We just don't have time to do that. So the way to skip that step and make sure your broccoli doesn't turn brown and get mushy is to use frozen broccoli, okay? This is the hack. So while the potatoes are cooking, this broccoli, I have let it kind of defrost, and I'm just going to put a small amount of water in here. And when I say small amount, I mean like maybe 1/4 of a cup of water. I'm just going to put a small amount of water in here, and I am actually going to put this on the stove, and I'm just going to let it cook. And this is going to take maybe like 5 minutes, okay? So you have your frozen broccoli. You're going to put this on the stove, and you're just going to let your frozen broccoli get nice and tender. And that is going to be the biggest hack ever. Now, if you want to use fresh broccoli, you chop it up, you wash it, that is fine. You can use fresh broccoli in this recipe, but you're going to have to be okay with the broccoli turning a little brown and getting kind of soggy unless you use the frozen broccoli. So we have, we got 50 people hanging out in here right now. So those of you that are just tuning in, you guys are perfect timing. We have the base of our broccoli cheddar soup going on. I just put my broccoli on, my frozen broccoli. We are making this broccoli cheddar soup, and it's going to be amazing. Let's see here. Is it Tay D says make some lemon garlic pork chops? Listen, I will make that on another live. I have pork chops in the freezer right now. So for me, this will be a whole meal, right? And it just depends on what your preference is. This broccoli cheddar soup is going to have potatoes and broccoli and cheddar. If you want to eat it with some crackers or some rolls, this can totally be a whole meal. But if you want this to be a side, you can totally have this as a side, right? My girl Tay said make some lemon pepper pork chops, and those sound delicious. That's going to be on the menu in a couple weeks. I'm going to shout out Tay and make some lemon, some lemon garlic pork chops. But if you don't want to add anything else, you don't have to. Okay? And if you are here hanging out, like my brother said, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, subscribe, because you're only going to get good recipes, good vibes from subscribing to this channel. All right. Now let's get into it. While the base of the soup is going, we have the potatoes getting nice and soft in the chicken stock. I have my frozen broccoli that is cooking. Now it's time for the cheddar part. Listen, everyone, if you never learned anything else from me, grate your own cheese, okay? We want this soup to be nice and silky and delicious and smooth. I always grate my own cheese. If you get the cheese that's already shredded, it has a chemical. This is B100. It has a chemical on the outside that's going to prevent it from sticking together. We do not want this, okay? So you're just going to have to go ahead and get you a grater. And I'm old school. I see people that they have the little food processors that grates the cheese. I actually have a food processor right there. I haven't put cheese in there yet. But we're just going to go ahead and just old school it and get you a grater and grate your own cheese. I am grating 16 ounces of cheese. This is one block, okay? Tay says, make the broccoli cheddar soup Cajun. Yes, ma'am. I am loving all these ideas, okay? You could make this soup your own, okay? Do you hear me? You can make this soup your own. And Tay said the chemical that I'm talking about, that they use it for gym floors. Do you guys want a chemical that they use for gym floors in your broccoli cheddar soup? And we don't. And we don't. So thank you for that. You guys, do yourself a favor. My pot is boiling over here. The potatoes are cooking. Ooh-wee. So we're multitasking right now, okay? This is the section, the portion of cooking where you're multitasking, all right? We have the potatoes getting nice and soft in the chicken stock. We have the frozen broccoli just steaming, and now we are grating our cheese. You guys, grate your own cheese, okay? We don't want that chemical on our food. And look, that took me 2 seconds? How long did it take me to grate that? I am grating, this is 16 ounces of a sharp cheddar. And then Deontay says there is a recall on shredded cheese right now, okay? So you guys just grate your own cheese. You really don't save any time by buying shredded cheese. You really don't. It's going to take me no time to shred this cheese. Okay? And I just eat it. I love cheese. It's like the best thing ever. Okay? Do you hear me? All right. So the cheese is almost all shredded. And then when you get down to the little bit, that little part, instead of like having your hands like this, I just open my hands and I just run it down. Look at that. Easy peasy. I'm going to eat that little piece because I love cheese. All right, that's it. Now, if you're fancy and you have the gadgets that shreds cheese, put the cheese in your shredder. But look at that. Because cheese, you want it to stick together. This is what we want. When you buy shredded cheese, it doesn't do that. But we want it to stick together, okay? Shred your own cheese. Okay? All right, so we have the 16 ounces of sharp cheddar, you guys. All right, you want sharp cheddar because we have the bacon, we have the potatoes, the onion, the garlic. Those are very strong flavors. We want the cheese that's gonna, it's gonna shine just as much as all the other flavors. So go ahead, get you a nice sharp cheddar. All right, and let's see here. Let's see what we're talking about over here. Okay. All right, let's see what's going on here. This is boiling. That is exactly what we want, guys. Ooh, it is smelling so amazing. Someone, who is that? Hi, Gerald. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it is smelling so amazing. And look, these potatoes are almost done. Right? Oh my gosh. All right, are you guys ready to make this even better? Okay. Now, in here, we haven't seasoned this at all. We have the chicken stock, we have the garlic, we have the onions, and we have the potatoes. We want this soup to taste like it's been cooking all day. In actuality, it's only going to take us less than an hour to make. All right. So what we are going to do is, I have some fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, you can use dry thyme. Thyme has like a lemony, peppery flavor. Thyme is used, and a lot of times you see it in like poultry season. Sometimes people only break out the thyme when it's Thanksgiving time. No, ma'am, no, sir. I use thyme in a lot of things, especially soup. This is going to be that note. It's going to add so much depth of flavor. So if you use fresh thyme, all you're going to do is, it looks like this, right? It looks like these little bitty branches. Just go ahead, drop the whole thing in there. We're going to pull out the branches later, but essentially we want all these little bulbs, all the herbs to fall off. So I'm just going to dump 2 sprigs of thyme in my soup. If you're using dry thyme, I would say use like a teaspoon of thyme. Okay? And then we have to put some black pepper. I'm not going to put salt in here just yet because the chicken stock has salt in it, and we don't want this soup too salty. So right now, I just have the thyme, and we're grinding some black pepper in here. Oh my gosh. And the thyme is immediate. You can smell the thyme instantly. It's just like, just a burst of just goodness. Right? Just let that do its thing. We're going to cover it. Okay. And you guys, I forgot the half and half, so I'm going to run to the refrigerator. Watch my food for me real quick, okay? I'm Haitian and Puerto Rican. Oh my goodness. So we have Isaiah on here. He is Haitian and Puerto Rican. Oxtails. Oh my gosh, let's go. I will do oxtails on the live, but oxtails take forever. So I'm trying to figure out, Isaiah, how I can share oxtails live without being on here for like five hours, because okay, we have someone from Pakistan. Hello, welcome all the way from Pakistan. Oh my gosh, I am honored. Let's go. All right, you guys, listen. Watch I have my soup base in here. I have my broccoli getting all nice and toasted in here. I have to run to the refrigerator, okay, to get my cream. You guys hang out, chat with each other. If you're just tuning in, you are Making Meals with Mika. We are in the middle of making this delicious broccoli cheddar soup. We got people from Pakistan. We have Jamaica in here. We have people from New York. We have people from all over hanging out in this kitchen today. If you're having a good time, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I need you guys to watch my food. I'll be right back. I have to get the half and half, okay? And we have someone from Naperville. Let's go. Naperville, Illinois. You're right down the street. Who is that? What's up, Naperville, Illinois? You are literally down the street from me. Okay, watch my food. I'll be right back. I have to go to the refrigerator, guys. I have to get this cream. Okay, and we are back now. I'm so excited right now. Okay, let me move this out the way again. So this is the creamy. We're still building the base here. So I'm going to pour approximately 1 cup. Okay, 1 cup. Now this is half and half, right? This is where the creaminess is going to start. I like half and half because sometimes I can have an intolerance to dairy, if you guys feel me. And I want this to be a lower fat, okay? Because we want everything to be delicious. I am using half and half. If you want a thicker, richer soup, feel free to use heavy cream here. This is make your own soup. Pick and choose what you want. I am going to use half and half, but if you want it to be thicker, use heavy cream. All right? Thank you, Isaiah. Isaiah said I have a beautiful kitchen. Gerald, the herbs and spices on the shelf look nice. Okay. Look at Gerald looking at the herbs and spices on the shelf. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you guys are having a good time. I love hanging out with you guys on Wednesday. So remember my number one rule. Okay, I'm going to quiz you guys. When you are adding liquid to a hot pan, right? Is it okay to add it just like this? I just poured in my half and half. Is it okay for me to add it cold like this? Yes or no? Let me know. I'm going to do a cup and a half. Should I add it exactly like this? Let me know. My half and half. I'm going to add it to my pan, to my pot. Let me see. Okay, Isaiah worked as a chef. Slowly incorporate it in. I am definitely going to slowly incorporate it. Someone says no, temper it. Okay, so what they're saying is, you guys are 100% right. So I have this pan, this pot right here is at a perfect temperature, okay? So it's boiling, right? This is nice and hot. My potatoes are getting nice and tender. I want it to stay at this temperature. If I add this cup or cup and a half of cream, or this is half and half to this, what's going to happen is the coldness is going to bring this temperature all the way down. And it's going to change the consistency of my mixture. I don't want that to happen. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the microwave and I'm going to add it hot. All right. Rule of thumb, guys. Never, ever, ever, unless the recipe specifically calls for it, never add cold liquid to a hot pot. You are going to mess up your whole entire meal. Okay. We're not doing that. I'm just going to heat it up a little bit. I'm just nuking it a little bit. And then over here, I'm checking on my broccoli. Someone asked me, what am I cooking? Okay, so those of you that are just tuning in, I am making some homemade broccoli cheddar soup. All right, I have the base of the soup in one pot, and I have my broccoli in the other pot. And you might ask, Mika, why is your broccoli in the other pot? Because I have frozen broccoli. That is a tip. That is a trick. If you want to make the most delicious broccoli cheddar soup, I use frozen broccoli because if you use fresh broccoli, sometimes the broccoli can overcook and it gets brown. I like it to be nice and vibrant and beautiful. So frozen broccoli, they have already taken a step and they have blanched it. And what blanching is you cook something at a really, really high heat, and you cook it and then you douse it or you soak it in like cold water. And what it does is it shocks it, right? It shocks it and it keeps its beautiful color. And you can blanch pretty much any and everything. Now, I don't want to take the step to blanch the broccoli myself. So we're going to use the grocery store hacks and just go ahead and use some frozen broccoli, okay? So I'm using 1.5 pounds of frozen broccoli. All right. So I'm heating up my cream. We got a lot going on in the comments here. What's going on here? I love your voice. Well, thank you, T Walker. I really appreciate that. Some warm, crusty bread will go delicious with this. You guys, listen. I am giving you the tools to make a delicious soup. Whatever you want to add or make with it, be my guest. You can use some warm, crusty bread. You can make some homemade rolls. You can dip some breadsticks in here. My girl Tay says she's going to make this with some lemon garlic pork chops. Do whatever you want to, okay? This recipe is yours. Cook it how you want. All right. So my cream is of temperature. You see it's smoking. That's what we want. All right. So this is perfect, you guys. I am going to slowly, and I want this to stay boiling, okay? I am going to slowly add my cream. Well, this is half and half to this mixture, okay? Ooh, yeah. I'm going to add it, okay? I'm just going to keep its temperature. And now it's almost ready for the broccoli, but not just yet. We have to add the cheese. I am going to add the cheese before the broccoli. We are going to have this broccoli bathed in a freaking creamy, cheesy broth. That's what we're doing today. Okay? That is what we're doing today. All right? What kind of soup are you making? Somebody, who is that just tuning in? Hey! Mr. Wonderland, somebody tell them what we're making today. Somebody tell them what kind of soup we are making today, okay? So, this is really nice and it's like bubbly and it's delicious. Now it's time to add the cheese, okay? And we want it to be boiling and we're going to, I have 16 ounces of my own shredded cheese and we are going to add this cheese slowly. All right, we're going to just add it nice and slowly. The potatoes are cooked already, okay? Do I like Heinz soup? I've never tried Heinz soup. Listen, is Heinz on the Campbell shit? Is Heinz soup for poor people? Because if it's for poor people, I ain't never had it, okay? We don't do that, all right? We are not doing that. I've never had Heinz soup before. I have had my own soup before, though. You know what I mean? Okay. So I added one handful of cheddar. And you know you're done when you can stir and you don't see the cheddar anymore. Okay. Now we're going to add the next handful of cheddar. And this is where your patience come into play. You guys, it's not going to take long to make this soup, but you still want patience. I say you're going to just make love to your food, right? And when you cook with love and patience, the people that's tasting your food, they could taste it. They, you know, if you ever had someone taste your food and they close their eyes, like they can feel the love that you're putting in here. And that is what I do with all of my food. Someone said, you remind me of my neighbor growing up. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, heart. Thank you so much, you guys. All right. I just love hanging out with you guys. Every Wednesday, I look forward. I have been preparing for this live since this morning. I just really look forward to coming in here, showing you really simple recipes, delicious recipes. Okay. Now we're on the third handful of cheddar. We have just been adding this nice and easily. Now, I'm using sharp cheddar here. Can you use other cheeses? You can, but you want to make sure that you're going to use cheese that can melt very easily. Now, there are some cheeses that don't melt easily, right? You don't want to use mozzarella in here, okay? You don't want to use like a Gouda in here. If you want to use some other types of cheddars, you can. You know, even if you want to use like a Monterey Jack or something like that, you can. But you want to use cheese that is really, really easily to melt. And can you guys see as I'm talking to you, have you guys seen how thick it's getting? And we're just sitting here chilling. I'm just Stirring it slowly, but as we're talking, the soup is getting thicker and thicker, and that's exactly what you want. You're taking your time, you're adding the cheese, and I'm stirring consistently, right? And we're just building this soup. Oh yeah, I got a new subscriber. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate you. You guys, I really appreciate you guys. You know, you could be doing anything right now. But the fact that you are hanging out with me, we're making some soup, I just feel amazing. So thank you guys so much. All right, so you guys see how thick this is? Now, if you want this to be thicker, you could add less liquid. You can add heavy cream. Mine isn't going to be as thick because I used half and half. But for sure, heavy cream is going to make it thicker. And the goal is not to use any type of roux, right? Because I want to keep this as low carb as possible. So sometimes you'll see people add like flour and water, or you'll see people adding a little what is it, cornstarch with water or slurry to make it thicker. But right now I don't want to add anything. I just want this to be nice and thick on its own. But there are ways to make this thicker if you want to. So this is, the cheese is all incorporated. And you guys remember I did add some thyme, right? And I added some thyme leaves, some thyme stems. So I'm just going to go in and take the stems out. And do you see that all the thyme is off of the stem, right? You put the thyme in there and then you just remove the stems before it's time to eat. All right, I got to find the other one. It's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the big boy right there. That's it. So we're just going to shake him off. Okay. And now it's time to do a taste test. This is our soup base. This is essentially the soup right here. Okay. And now all we have to do is add the star player, which is the broccoli. So this right here is the cream. It's, well, I put half and half, but cream, it's the onions, it's the garlic, it's the cheddar, you know, it's the bacon drippings. Let's see here. I could just like take a bath in it. It's so delicious, guys. It's like so delicious. But we gotta, you know, step it up just a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt, right? And a little black pepper. It's missing a little salt and black pepper. Okay? And we are almost done. Remember I said we're never adding cold ingredients to this pot. So the broccoli, which has been cooking right here, okay, the broccoli's done. And all I did was I took some frozen broccoli. These are the potatoes. Nice and tender. Oh my God. So I took some frozen broccoli and I steamed it. I put 1.5 pounds of frozen broccoli in this pot. I just put a little bit of water. We don't want this to be watery. I literally put maybe like 1/4 cup of water in here. So before we add the broccoli, we have to season the broccoli. Okay, because this is doing what it's doing. That's already perfect. So we're adding a new element. I'm going to season the broccoli. I'm going to season it with some salt. Just really easy. Salt and pepper, right? Because we have fresh garlic in here. We have fresh onion. So we don't really have to do a lot. Those of you that are just tuning in, you are at perfect timing. We are putting together our broccoli cheddar soup. The broccoli is done. And I am just going to toss this all together. I've seasoned it with salt and pepper. And we are going to slowly, guys, add the broccoli to this delicious cheddar base. Now I am using broccoli florets because when I'm eating broccoli cheddar soup, I want those thick, big pieces of broccoli. If you want to use chopped broccoli, by all means, you can use chopped broccoli, right? You don't have to use the broccoli florets. And then I'm going to go in and get the rest of the broccoli out. And let me show you how much water is left in here. So This is how much water is in there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't want to. So even if you're making frozen broccoli, you don't need to smother your broccoli with water. Just a tiny bit. And then we're just going to, oh, look at that. You guys see this? I can't make this up. You guys see this? Isn't this like beautiful? Oh my gosh. Now it's not done yet because we just put the broccoli in here. So now we just want everything to kind of mingle, right? Those of you that are just tuning in, you are at a perfect time. We are making a broccoli cheddar soup. I just added the broccoli to the base, and now it's just time to let the broccoli mingle with the soup. Let the soup get all into the broccoli, right? I have a little thyme that I got to take out. Hold on, I put a little thyme leaf in here. I got mother hands, so I can just get it out. And so the soup is not done yet. What we want to do is we want all the flavors to mesh together. So I'm going to turn this down, right? And then I'm just going to cover it. And then when they say simmer, we're going to simmer this for maybe like 5 minutes, right? You guys can see it, just 5 minutes. It's simmering. That you're going to allow all the flavors to get together. All right. Let's see here. All right. And let's get ready to serve this up. You guys, while I was talking to you guys, do you guys remember when I added the chicken stock? I added it warm and I had it on the stove. Why did I put look at that. How did I burn my knife? Talking to you guys, I burned my damn knife because I left it on the stove. I got to get my life together. But it's okay. I will take a burnt knife any day if that means I'm hanging out with you guys, teaching you my recipe. So that's okay. And hopefully I can get the burnt. If you know how to get the burnt marks off my knife, let me know because I really love this knife. I just had it sharpened, so I don't know what's going on here. But that's what happens when you cook live. You guys see everything that's going on in the kitchen. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm just straightening it up. I'm just, going through and tidying up. And it's time to plate. Who's ready to see what this soup looks like in a bowl and how I'm going to plate this soup? It's almost done. Let me just check in with everybody for a little bit. While the soup is doing its thing, let's see here. Oh my gosh, we have owner call from Denmark. Blessings, greetings. We have someone from Denmark. Yay, let's go. All right, hi, beautiful. Hi, you guys. How is everyone? You really want to visit the U.S.? Well, come visit the U.S., okay? If you visit the U.S., come to Chicago. Chicago is the best city in the U.S., all right? Let's go. He wants to visit the U.S., guys. Let's go. Chicago, come to the U.S. Let's go. Let's see here. My sister lives in Seattle. Oh, wow. So here is a little background on me. I used to live in Portland, Oregon, and my mom used to live in Seattle. So I was all over the West Coast, up and down, looking at the mountains and things like that. So yeah, why does this guy keep saying my trash is full? Yeah, my trash is full. Okay, yeah, that's where the trash goes. The trash should be full. If you guys are having a good time, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. We are right at the very end of making this broccoli cheddar soup. We put everything together. The soup has just been hanging out, simmering, making sure it's getting all the delicious flavors. And it's time to plate this up. Or should I say, bowl it up. When I eat soup, I love eating soup out of a big bowl, right? So I usually eat this soup in a serving bowl because why not? Like you have your big bowl. All right, and another thing about me, I always have to have a big spoon. Be honest, you guys, you can't really enjoy soup out of a tiny bowl with like a tiny spoon. Like what is this going to do? Like you can't, no. So I get a big spoon. right? And I get a huge bowl and I sit there and I just eat my soup, and it's like the most amazing thing ever, especially when it's warm outside. So it's time. All right, it is time, guys. All right, so let's go. The soup is ready. I'm gonna pull it back. We got someone from Canada. Let's go. We have people from everywhere hanging out with me. I have my ladle ready. Let's plate this soup up, you guys. All right. So the top is hot. We're going to remove it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to give it one last stir. You guys see how thick this is? And I didn't use any thickening agents. There's no flour in here. There's no cornstarch in here. This is just chicken stock, half and half, and cheese. Okay? This is what your soup should be like. And this is going to be very fulfilling. Believe it or not, guys, this is going to be low carb. This is a low carb soup. You didn't even know you were eating low carb, but you are. Okay? And that is my goal. So I have turned this off. All right? And we're going to take our ladle. And I always turn my bowl sideways. We're going to go in there. And let's just plate this up. You guys see that? Smoking hot. Delicious. I'm going to get 3 ladles full of soup. Okay? So I have the soup, and I'm just going to go in with some of the juice. All right? Now we eat with our eyes first. So you always just want to clean your bowl off. Okay? Let me push this out of the way so you guys can see. Okay, so you guys, the soup is done. See that? Look at that. We have the thyme, we have the fresh garlic, we have the shredded cheddar. We did that ourselves. And we have the broccoli. Now, if you want to bring this up, if you want to step it up just a little bit. Now, this is for my meat eaters. If you are, vegetarian, you will omit this step. But for my meat eaters, because we sauteed everything in our bacon drippings. Do you remember the bacon that we had? You already know. You already know. We're going to take a little bit of the bacon and we're just going to garnish it with the bacon. That's it. It just adds a little oomph, okay? We're just going to go around with a clean towel and we're going to clean the edges. And then you can serve this with some crispy bread. You can serve this with crackers. You can serve this with meat. This could be a side or this could be your dinner. But here we go. Broccoli cheddar soup. It took us under an hour to make, but it's going to taste like it's been cooking all day. Should I take a bite? You guys want to take a bite first? Let's see. So let's go in here. And I use broccoli florets because I like the big pieces of broccoli. But you see that? In one spoon, you have everything. You have the onions, the potatoes, the cheddar. You have everything. Oh my God. Gotta blow it. It's perfect. like there's no, it's perfect. Okay. It is perfect. And Gerald, yes, you could have some. There you guys go. All right. So you guys know it's time for me to eat, right? I love to have my soup hot. It's time for me to eat. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this hump day. Every Wednesday I am here. I will be back next Wednesday to hang out with you guys. I might be making a birthday meal. My birthday is December 14th. So I might come on here and just do something, for my birthday, a little pizzazz. But it is this soup season. So for all of December, we are doing soup. My brother said his favorite is beef barley soup, and I love barley soup. You guys, I just love all types of soup. So tune in next week. We will still be doing some soups. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. The full recipe is in the description of this live, but feel free to message me if you have any questions about anything. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, making meals with Mika. It's time for me to eat, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you guys so much. It's time to eat. Have a great day. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. It's nothing but good things coming, okay? Everyone have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye-bye, guys.